Hello and welcome. This is Hax, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to build a villager breeder. This breeder is a combination of a bunch of different designs that I picked up over the years, and this is my favorite one to build. This is a zero maintenance breeder, which means it just works. There's an on and off switch that you can turn it on and off to get villagers or not get villagers whenever you need them. It's not the fastest breeder, but the zero maintenance thing just means it just works, and then you don't really ever have to touch it. You just get the villagers. As you will see in the tutorial, I'm also going to build this underground. It's mostly because the villagers are pretty loud and I don't really want them around. And the aesthetics of the build are not the best either, but you're more than welcome to build this above ground and change out the building style to anything you like. I'll make sure to point out during the tutorial what blocks are important to be, such as transparent or light blocks or anything like that. So it should be able to be adjusted for however you like. So let's get started. We're going to get started by digging a hole. I'm going to start over here, and then the rest of the farm is going to extend out in this direction. So make sure I have enough. And yeah, we're making this underground, so I want to make sure that it can all fit underground. So we're going to start by digging down a little bit. As far as I want to go down, as far as I want to keep the villagers down. Iron. So this is about where I want the top of the platform to be for the villagers. So what we're going to do now is carve out a 3 tall 9x9 area. We need to go back one direction this way, or we're extending out that way. So we're going to go back one. This is going to be our corner. So we're going to go 9 blocks that way, 9 blocks that way, and 3 tall throughout. Alright, now you should have something that looks like this. And we're going to go ahead and throw down a couple torches here just so that mobs don't spawn. There we go. And come back over to our hole. And we're going to dig down 11 more blocks. So 1, 10, 11. Alright, and from here we're going to go 3 more in this direction. And 2 more in this direction. Grab the iron. Okay, so now we're going to place 3 doors on this side. And 3 doors on this side. So now we should have a door that's above our 2-hole gap here. And we're going to knock this one out, replace that with glowstone, or you can put a torch there, as long as mobs aren't able to spawn there. And then we'll come up on top of this door like that, and get rid of those. And then from here we're going to make a 3 tall hole like that. And let's grab sticky piston and a torch. Oh yeah, and a block. So we're going to sticky piston facing up, block, and then a torch there. Grab some glass. And then we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And this is going to be where our villager is going to end up. And then we'll go ahead and cap that off like that. Alright, so now we're going to climb up in here. Okay. And then we're going to come to this side. So this is where our hole is over here. And we're going to dig down 2 more going all the way down. And then here as well. This is going to be our return chute for the villagers going up. And for right now, a torch. As an optional side, if you want, come back, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is good. Really anywhere from here to the end is fine. And grab yourself a hopper. Throw a hopper facing outwards, so that's the farm there. Face outward this way, and then then throw in a chest here. So what this is going to do is when the villagers up here throw the food down to the villagers down here, if these villagers don't catch it, then the food will come over here. It'll be caught up by the hopper rather than going into the babies, so the babies don't get any food and start reproducing themselves. Now, in addition to that, if you want to carve out this as like a viewing area or room or whatever, then that's fine, and then you can gain access to your chest that way. But for now, we'll just block that off like this. And then we're going to fill this in because we won't need that there. Make a 2 gap here. And then from here, we want this to be 1 tall. So over from the farm's wall, we're not going to include this, right? So we'll do block right there, there, and then all the way over here until our 2 block there. So if we climb out of here, look at it from this side, we basically just have the glass at a 1 high level here and then a little extra there. Now we can take our water bucket, doink, and then that should flow all the way into the end, and then we'll come back down later and make that a chute. Alright, so now we grab ourselves a bunch of dirt and fill all this in with dirt. Alright, so now we need to find our center. Should be pretty easy. It's 4 blocks from all sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's right here. 4, that's right. Okay. And put some water in there. So this is going to be our farmland. And we can take our hoe and start hoeing all this. So the lights are pretty important to make sure you get correct. Okay, so we're going to, let's see, we'll start in this corner, and you're going to count 2 blocks, and right there is going to be our glowstone here. And then same here, 2 blocks, glowstone. Do the same thing over here, 2 blocks, glowstone, 2 blocks, right there. 2 blocks. And right here, also 2 blocks, and then here. But you'll see that this is where our skylight is, so our doors are down there. It's very important that this does not get obstructed, so we can throw some glass in here or something like that. And there's one more thing that we need to do, so we find out where our water is, and in the direction where we don't have any light, like here, we're going to look straight up, and glowstone right there. Alright, you know you did this right if you come over to this spot, the very corner, and the skylight and block light are 7. And if we come out of this by 1 block, then you'll see that it's at least 8. Right, so here, skylight is still 7, but our block light is 8, or 9, excuse me. So this one's 7 all around, and that's going to ensure that our potatoes that we plant here are not going to grow. And that will force the villager to come over here and see these guys and then feed them. So then we're going to take these 2 blocks with a pickaxe and replace those with slabs like this. So he can't walk through here, but he can see them and toss some food. And also plug that up just in case. Okay, next thing to do is to go through and plant our potatoes. Okay, you'll see that this place doesn't always keep a potato in there, and it might pop out for you. That's supposed to happen. There he goes. So what we're going to do is, on the block above it, place a string. And place our potato down here. Now what's going to happen here is the string is going to force an update for all the blocks around it when somebody walks into it. And so that forces the potato to pop out. Okay, and then we just take a carpet and throw it over there so our villager doesn't walk into the water. So now let's come over to the opposite side from our skylight over here, and we're gonna break this out temporarily here. Now see, this is where our baby villagers are gonna stay until they grow to adults. And we're going to carve going all the way up. Alright, so drop down here with a bunch of buckets of water and some signs. Okay, got another one there. And replace that and place a sign here. Now, if you want, then it's perfectly okay to get some glowstone and light this up. It won't matter. But if you have like a viewing area or something like that, you might want something like this. Okay, so then we place a sign here, and then we're going to skip a block, place a sign there, press escape to get out of that, skip another block, and a sign there. And that's about as far as we dug up so far, so now we can take some water, spin up a bit, some more water. Make sure that we have enough air here. Then we put some more water. So now we can dig up. Oh look, we're at the surface. And then we place a sign here. Press escape. And let's use some more water here. Now, what you do with the villagers after you get them up here is completely up to you. So I'm just going to show you how to build a simple holding area. So we're going to build this up 3 more tall. And I'm using glass here just so we can see, but really you can build this out of whatever material you'd like. Place a sign there and another bit of water there. Oops, not there. And so that's 3 tall there. What did I mess up? Oh yeah, we don't need that one. Okay. And then again like this. So if you were to look at this from above, then this would look kind of like a figure 8, right, with this little bit. And then we just put a sign here. I don't really like it there. I want it there. There we go. And another water bucket there. So the villagers will come up here. They'll get to this part of the water and they'll drop down into there. And all we need now is a little bit of a roof. So you want to make sure that we have a 2 block tall gap, right? So the water and then this, so the villagers can get through, and then a roof on top of that. Something like that. Alright, so the last part before we throw our villagers in here is to wire up our piston down there so we can turn it on and off. So here we are at the skylight, and you'll see the doors down there and the farm and everything. And the light that we put over here is really need to be open, so we can go ahead and close that up like this. So we just have our skylight, and probably throw a piece of glass there just so you don't fall down. Then from here we're going to count out 2 blocks, and on the 3rd block we're going to start digging down all 4 like this. So we're going to dig down all 4 blocks like this until we get down to our sticky piston down there. Now, depending on how far you dug down in order to get here, we may need to change up a few things, but so we're going to have this. We'll just knock that out real quick, and if you want, go ahead and close that up. And then we're going to place a block on the side of the sticky piston like this with some dust on it, and from here we're pretty much just going to build a staircase upwards. So wait, no, except for right here. We're going to throw a torch there, so by default the piston is up. Okay, and then some dust on top of that. Dust on top of that. Dust on top of that. Now when you get this far, you don't want to put a block here because that'll burn out the torch. So you want to skip that block, and then you can do like that. Now when you get here, you'll see that the villager here could just start walking through, and that's probably not a good idea. So we just place a bit of glass on top of there. Make sure it's not a solid block. Slab would work as well. Just whatever would help them not get through that block area there. Keep going. A block in between our top surface layer and where the redstone is. Okay, so it's something like this. And this will allow us to put our switch on the floor. And you can adjust this to make the switch wherever you like, but we can just cover this up here, and then a redstone lamp here with a switch on it like that. So when the switch is on and the lamp is turned on, then the piston is down, and then that will move the villager close enough to make that a village, and they will start breeding. With this off, that should push the piston up, and then the village will disappear, and then the villagers will stop breeding. So this will be our on and off switch for whenever we want villagers. So the only other thing to do is to get villagers in here. Okay, to make the farm work, we're going to need 4 villagers, starting with the one on the piston, 2 of them in the water stream, and 1 villager in the farm. He has to have a brown coat like this. Well, that's all for this tutorial. Thanks guys for watching. This is Hax. I'll see you later.